Good morning everybody and welcome back to the channel where today we're going to be kicking off a new haul, and my plan for this one is that we're going to go for, well, however many segments I feel like, and we will travel through the next couple of months together over segments. So whenever you're seeing this, for reference, the time is now August of 2021. I have a feeling like this video is going to come out way in advance, and I've just got back from a what's it called, a car boot sale. That's it, car boot sale down somewhere, and of course I have found some little goodies right from one of the golden eras of Lego, well, actually all across time. So without further ado, let's get started with this one, because I imagine that by the time you see this video there's a lot of haul segments piled up and I don't want to ramble for too long. So first up, I found this guy. This is an Exoforce Silver Bad Guy from, I think, 2007, 2008 time. And these guys are actually really fascinating. They do count as an official minifig. Their legs are obviously, of course, very metallical. And in fact, Exoforce is obviously the line that introduced the arm piece here, which is obviously a very common thing. He's got the little claws in his hands. He came 100% complete as a figure, and he's this chrome, well, not chrome, but he's this metallic silver color, which I do really love. I also love the fact that the Technic pin is part of his design, and I think it's really cool and what's drew me to them. I'd like to at least have one figure from every major theme at some point, so this is definitely my Exoforce one down, as he's really super neat, and I'm really glad to have finally found one for very cheap as well. Next up, of course, we'll move forward a bit in time to the 2014 Monster Fighters Swamp creature, and I do love these classic Lego movie figures. I'm not obviously talking about the Lego movie as in the Lego movie, but I mean like old-fashioned movie or Halloween monsters from the thing. I love series 14. That was a great idea, and this is one of the guys I missed out on. I still need to get myself a classic ghost, one of the classic more Draculas, and a Frankenstein, but I have a lot of the others like werewolf and plant monster and the Spectre and the Devil Boy skeleton costume, Spider Queen, all the good ones. But he was one of the ones that I probably wanted most, but sort of put to the back of my mind. And I found him, yes, while a little bit damaged, if I can get the camera to focus on his eye there, he's still in pretty good condition. He's got all of his parts, and just a nice little figure for much less than his Bricklink retail. Next up, from moving from right to left, and trust me, there are some more surprises in store, we have Moltor, and of course he is from the first wave of Nexo Knights, one of the better waves of Nexo Knights. I absolutely love the first two waves of Nexo Knights, so the lava creatures and the storm creatures, and this guy is no different. He's one of the cooler villains, and now I won't have to buy his Lava Motor Smasher in order to get just him and then a semi-cool build. I'd rather get the Beastmaster one instead, but he is a really cool figure with some nice lava printing. He will go well with Flammer and my Crust Smasher if you've been watching other videos here on the channel. It's my first time getting these big fist pieces, so really love them. Like the shoulder pads and the black one. He didn't come in as good a condition. There was a lot of sticky residue in the back of his legs, but I got that all cleaned up, and I'm really pleased to have him in a nice condition to the collection. However, the last standalone figure I picked up from this car boot sale today was Hercules from the Disney Minifigure Series 2. I talked about this a bit in my regrets video, or White Whales video, where I missed out on a lot of this Disney Series 2 series, and when I went back to go get them when I had a little bit more money, Hercules as well as Anna and Elsa were ones that I all missed out on. Hercules in particular here, having had the Hades and loving the movie, was a real shame to miss out on, but he is great. Look at all his detail. Now, I am aware he's missing a cape. I did not realize this until after I bought it. I probably wouldn't have bought it if I had known. However, the cape actually goes for pretty cheap here in the UK on Bricklink, and I'm sure that in one of my next orders it will be making its way into my hands. I love the little leg printing. He strikes the perfect aesthetic balance for me, but I'm going to stop talking for now and move on with the rest of what I picked up in this car boot sale, because that wasn't it. I actually picked up two smaller sets as well. Now, I'll bring this one in first. So, going with the sets from themes I never had, this is that golden age of 2012, 2013, where all the cool stuff started happening. So we have this small set from Alien Conquest. Now, I don't know its name, but I can gather it will be something like Alien Pew Pew Jet or something. But it comes with two great minifigures. So while the build is, well, pretty really. I mean, it's nice. I like the color scheme. Good pieces were nice to have. I'm really just going to focus on these guys. So these are my first two complete, at least, Alien Conquest figures. I have parts of the Queen and the other type of alien with like the long head, but never a complete figure. You can see here we've got this lovely little guy, this alien Martian, whatever we're going to call him. Love the purple and magenta accents, are really, really cool, and the brain design on the back. Awesome figure from that time of molded heads and stuff. Really, really cool. And then actually, I think I've actually grown to like the ADU officer more. I really love this helmet. This is the first time I'm getting that. I absolutely love that if you pop the visor off, he can hold it like some sort of cool space marine in his hand. And it actually works surprisingly well if we turn his face around. This is just completely irrelevant and I should be moving on. We have this guy's hair here from Hercules, and I just think that looks great. It looks so like classic action movie. I love it. Really, really cool figure. I love the medium blue color scheme. Looks absolutely great. And then the blaster, as always, awesome. And for the sake of time, let's just quickly pop Hercules' hair back on because I have way more stuff that I'm going to buy, I think, this side of Christmas. Let's move on. We have this one from Power Miners, and I love the Power Miner builds. I'm going to put the rock monster down. But once again, the minifigures are probably the standouts just because they're two I've never had before. So just quickly, we have this Power Miners figure here. Really, really awesome. Again, bit of a scratch up on the neck, but I don't mind too much with these used figures. Another spot for the visor. Really cool helmet. Just sort of generic Power Miners guy. Not my favorite out of the figure haul from today. That probably has to go to either the Swamp Creature or Moltor. Then we have this nice little bike build. Again, my central wheel's actually technically broken, but it's not in any bad state, considering I picked this up used for, what, £3 maybe, which I thought was pretty good, considering rock monsters usually go for about 4. I think it's in pretty good condition. Stickers are all right. This one's peeling a bit. Just a nice, quaint, small build. You know, those small builds are always cute. One less one to get in the future. And then the red rock monster. Now, my favourite's the blue, and I already own the trans yellow one from the second wave, like the more volcano-y one. But this guy's really, really neat. I like having him. He's got his little crystal inside. I love that they can swallow things. They're just so perfect. I love the way they look, and I love the little mouth feature. It's really, really cool. Yeah, so that is everything I picked up today. So really nice haul, glad to have them, expanding on the collection, and I will see you in the next segment, whenever that will be. Just quick segment for the haul today. It's beginning of September. We're buying pieces for the Mario roller coaster when I finally came across video for the first time in ages. Couldn't be bothered to feel them, was hoping for the ice cream guy, and I got like the one in the series that I didn't particularly want. I think I'm gonna make a video about the video. Spoiler alert, I probably have already done that by now. But anyway, this is still a really high quality figure, particularly the teal boombox. I'm not a fan of like the video blind box idea. I just don't like it, but I do love these idea of tiles, although I think my tile selection could be a lot, well, it leaves a lot to be desired. Nice leg printing. This is just a really weird mold, but kind of cool, just strange. I'm just not a fan of the way the bunny looks at me. It's a little sort of scary. But overall, nice torso printing, might be usable somewhere else. At the end of the day, I don't think I regret this, but it's £3.50 that could have been a character pack, really, isn't it? I mean, the bottom line, that's what it could have been. Either way, I think we'll move on with the haul. Just thought I would share this quick little purchase. Right, October 1st Lego haul arrives. Next segment in the haul video. So let's get through this one and then move on to the next one. So first up, I've talked about this a lot on the channel. We have the Santa's sleigh set. I'm really, really excited for these guys. Reindeer, and actually the box is bigger than I thought, and I think that's really nice. Yeah, no, I'm really excited for this one. This is best seasonal set since Gingerbread House, possibly even of all time. So really, really excited about that. Ignoring the big stuff, the extras food pack. Again, particularly excited. Have a fairground to get eggs and watermelons and all these other food. I was a really big fan of the first one, so really excited to see another one, especially with some of those rarer pieces like the watermelon and eggs. Really, really super excited. Really glad about that, actually. What else have we got? We've got the Marvel accessory pack here, the one with the Venom car. I've talked about this one a fair bit on the channel as well. Really love those minifigures. The only Spider-Man figure I have is the 2012 Spider-Man from the first ever polybag. So really, really excited, particularly to have a Venomized Iron Man. Right, Paul Grant's cool too. And yeah, you got all the pieces in there. More hot dogs, always a good thing. Really excited about that one. Frankenstein Brickhead, the in the R-ing. Glad I got him before he retired. Looking very nice. Number 111. Will grow great with the ghost off here to the side. Yep, excited about him just in time for Halloween. And then the crocodile, which is another box. It's bigger than I thought. Like, the package this came in was smaller than I expected, but this guy is hefty. Like, he's big. So pleased about him. I'll actually love the side models as well. To be honest, it's kind of surreal that I actually have this. This was not expected at all, but really, really pumped about him. He's a great looking build. It's really, really impressive. And then lastly, that's better quality than I thought as well, actually. This is the VIP Originals pattern print. Like, that's on some really nice card. Like, I brought this because I don't have any space to display it yet. Oh, look. It's an indent. That's nice. What does it say? Only the best is good enough. Nice. I read the Dutch before the English there. So this is a print of the pattern, and I'm really excited to have this. And one day I'll frame it, but not yet. But I think that's really, really cool. I love that it's card. I expected it to be paper and then damaged at that. But no, that's really, really cool. So just to wrap up for this segment, obviously we had the stuff earlier in September. Now we have our October 1st haul, and then I wonder what else I'll buy. I'm still eyeing up some of those character packs. So I've got some building to do, and I'll see you in the next clip. Ha 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 ha, the time has come. I finally got my hands on some more of Character Pack Series 3. Now, this adventure didn't start off particularly well. If you watch my other haul video, which I decided to upload separately, where I did one like big shopping day for CMS in a sense, I didn't have much luck with Character Pack Series 3. I did have a luck with a lot of other stuff, but I was only able to pick up the... Who was it? It was the... Shy Boo from Character Pack Series 3. That took me way too long. But today I went into another Argos and I did some mooching around and was able to get Torpedo Ted. Now you're going, Octane, you never actually wanted this figure. He was one of your weaker ones in the series when you talked about it last. And yes, that is true. But after I made them go and search out their 3 packs and they all turned out to be Shy Boos apart from this guy, I felt so guilty I bought him anyway. Not the best practice, but you know, character packs are character packs. He's still better than the Crowbar or the Parabol Bomb, although my opinion is starting to shift on those. Love the turquoise leaves. It's a nice, cheaper way to get a bullet bill at the moment, or a version of a bullet bill, considering the real one's so expensive. But really nice addition to my character pack collection. We're starting to get into Series 3 now, and I am still completely addicted. If I didn't mention, we're about still in October somewhere. Then the next day, they actually had a restock, and I was able to get my hands on the 1-Up mushroom. This guy is like the easiest one to feel in the world. You feel the hat almost straight away, and that's it. He's got the same normal mechanism as always, and I just really wanted to have the collection of the 3 different mushroom types, poison, 1-Up, and then of course the normal super mushroom. But this guy looks great. I love the little brick that he's sitting on. This is actually my first desert character pack. It's been a long time, so really, really happy with that addition today. And then I finally got my most wanted of these series, that being the Amp, so that just leaves 1 more missing now. I love these lightning pieces and this translucent yellow color. The sand blue even looks great. Look at his little face. He just looks perfect. I love how he looks. He looks exactly like he should for the game. He's actually one of the taller ones in these series. So that's another 3 character packs to add to the collection, progressing this haul nicely. So let's keep going. So welcome back to my next segment of the haul. I have a Bricklink order. It is still in October, and we're going to open this one up. I'm very excited. Got a couple of super secret projects in here, all leading towards things that will be explained in due course. So while I'm opening this up, this haul's been better. I like doing this segment thing, so I think we're going to keep doing this unless you guys really, really hate it. But I think it works as to film it as I order stuff, which makes sense. Maybe I'll put less of an importance on what I'm actually like opening, like when everything's happening, and just sort of do it as segments. But let's get into this one first. Just a nice small order, although I was expecting this to come in a bigger package from Bricks of Midgard in the UK, as you can see from that card. So a nice little order of about 100 parts. We've got some translucent orange superhero pieces. We've got one bag of mixed pieces, lots of different things in there, predominantly white and grey, and then a third bag of predominantly white with a couple of other pieces and an orange cone, because that's important for something. So let's open them up. Right, so after getting the pieces all out of their bags, we've got a couple of them to take a look at, and we're going to start with this big pile where I'm just going to show you a couple of things that are going on. Now, this big pile of white and grey parts is all for one big project. We have a couple of bars, a couple of rocket cones, a couple of brackets, and you've probably actually already seen the project by the time this haul goes live, but we've got a variety of tiles and bracket pieces and ball joints and many other things, some grill slopes, because this is actually only part of this order. There's a second Bricklink order on the way for the rest of the parts to make this model, and without really spoiling it too much, this is my SS Guardian from my custom set showcase, which I'm trying to build in real life, and that's going to be a lot of fun, and I just completely gave it away. Next up, we have this grey piece, which looks like it should be in this pile, but it's not. It's actually a replay part from my Gonk Droid build I did a year ago that I've been trying to replace in one of my sets. We've got this 2x4 yellow piece for a 6x2 double excavator set. And then we've got these two pieces, which for a set that you're going to see in just a minute that I bought literally the other day, and it was missing 3 parts, which is the whole reason I placed this order, was for that cone, that blue slope, and a piece in the second order. We have this 2x2 tile from Video. This is one of the better tiles in Video that I bought to put next to my bunny from Video from the earlier in the haul. I just really like this pattern. I think it could appear in a kitchen on multiple things, so I wanted to play around with it. We've also got a small Star Wars blaster, and this is actually the last piece missing in my large AT-80 from 2014. It's the AT-80 driver's gun. Then we've got these pieces, and these are, if you recognize them, the superhero blast pieces, which is another thing I've wanted to play around with. We've got this one here in particular, this small one, which I think could be used as a sword. There's 2 of each of those. You've got the big one and the small one, and I cannot wait to play around with these in explosions. You've also got this small dish one, which could attach to feet or hands, or just a water feature. There's so much you can do with these. I really want to get a blue set now that I have these in hands. You've also got this big large splash in orange. You've got these 2 twizzle rods, which I think could be a lot of fun. I'm interested to see how I can use them. And then we've also got these 2 for hands, and they're like little fireballs to go on people's hands, and I think they're really, really cool. I'm really, really glad that I finally picked up a set of these power-up parts just so I can play around with them. They've obviously been featuring in custom set showcases and stuff like that, so really pleased with them. Here we have another selection of retro parts. If you remember from a couple of hauls back, I'm fixing up that old set motorcycle, and these are just a couple more of those missing parts for that one, because it turned out it wasn't complete. That was a whole nother fiasco. And then lastly over here we have some parts for a project that also I'm planning for Christmas in this year. Just these 1997 sets from the Philippines. They're just great. I love how cute they are, and these are like the finished pieces. Here are the heads for them. They're great. I really cannot wait to show you guys these on the channel. Again, once again, by the time this haul comes out, you've probably already seen them. But they're so cute, so weird, and another just thing to take advantage of because they're all simple pieces in this Bricklink order. So that is pretty much the whole order finished up. I have pieces all ready to go, and let's move on to whatever comes next. It so happened that the next thing to arrive was my second Bricklink order with only a small bag of 3 pieces. Now you're saying, Octane, you usually hate buying small orders, but it's really not that bad this time, I promise. And opening that bag up, as I mentioned, it's really, really not that bad that I ordered only 3 pieces from this one because the postage and packaging wasn't too bad. One of the only stores in the UK. Either way, I got these 2 wedges to finish up my SS Guardian, and then the last piece for this mystery build. As I said, there were 3 pieces in that build, and it's this little robot arm, and I'm going to show you that now because I think it's finally time I reveal what these pieces are fixing. And here it is. I've been fixing up this Speed Champion set from 2017. This is a little Bugatti.
The small one, not the big one, obviously not the Technic one. This is the Speed Champion set from before they went to 8 wide. It looks really cool. I saw this in a charity shop for £5, and it wasn't until I got home that I realised what pieces were missing, and the fact that they had actually swapped out with this Manga Guard arm, or should I say Assassin Droid arm, to put this lever in at the back. So, of course, I immediately hopped on Bricklink and decided to find the pieces. But the thing is, I'm actually buying this to sell. So I'm putting this on eBay because it was so cheap and I don't particularly care about the cars. I fixed it up for £8 and I have already sold it for 27. So there you go. So this thing will be leaving my collection very, very soon. However, it was a nice idea to just enjoy the build for a set that was otherwise cheap, quickly buy the pieces and get stuff in my own Bricklink order basically for free, and then make a little bit of profit off the top as well. So let's go in and fix this thing. I'm going to show you where this arm goes. It clips onto that little tan bar down at the back, and let's see if I can do this without ripping the entire car apart. But while I'm trying that, this model is really, really nice. Like, I'm almost regretful that I actually have to sell it, but that was the decision I made. And there it is, all fixed. Let me just quickly show you the details and talk a bit more about the model. As I mentioned, I do really like it. I like the idea of using elastic band, and that little part usage to get that arm at the back is just genius. The minifigure looks alright, and then including these 3 cones is really just filler, but I needed them to be able to sell the set. So overall, for 3 pieces missing and only £5, when I can make about £20 profit off this, this is not a good, not a bad purchase at all. In fact, I really enjoyed the opportunity to have building it, but I don't particularly feel the need to keep it. So let's sell it and find the next item in our haul.
Just into November now, and he fell apart off screen. We finally got him. This is my last character pack from this wave. And this is the Galumba. I just love how square and kind of cute he looks. Love the little green feet, the brown sides. Just a nice addition. I'm really pleased to have him at last. It only took, what, 4 months to find him? Something ridiculous like that. Got the little fire piece here, some different colored masonry bricks. That's my only problem with him, is he likes to fall off a lot, especially on my display stand, which, by the way, if I didn't mention, a lot of these character packs can look slightly different from their box variations because they've got to fit on my little square board, and I never can film these things on the day that I actually buy them most of the time, so that's why he probably looks a little bit different. But apart from that, he's been unaltered. Really, really happy. I think, though, we're starting to wrap up for the year, so outside of the Colosseum, I think this haul may be coming towards an end.
Hey, and it's another eBay haul. It's been a little bit, but after selling the Bugatti, I made another eBay purchase, which once again has ulterior motives of including something for me to keep as well. So while I'm opening into this package, let me just talk about what it is. So I found another really, really good bargain, most of which I'm going to sell on once again. However, with all of my eBay purchases, I like it if I end up keeping something. So with the other one, I had the opportunity to do a Bricklink order, which then got me pieces for my SS Guardian, which I absolutely have no regrets for. And in this one, I sort of fell foul to character packages. I said that really quietly, but you'll see once I open this thing up, and I will show you all up close. But let's finish on getting into this box so we can see what I'm going to be selling and if everything is here. Because again, it took a bit of a risk. They say it's complete, but you can never really know with eBay. So we will find out momentarily once I finish struggling with boxes like I usually do. So getting in here past the tape, I'm impressed with how well packed it is. It's a pretty crazy order, to be honest. I'm really excited to get these things up there and then make a profit, because all this profit is going back into these hauls and buying more Lego. In particular, I have a couple of things in mind, but I think we're finally in. So let's find out what we've got in here. And it's another copy of Adventures with Mario. But Octane, you already have Adventures with Mario. Why do you need another one? Well, the answer being that I don't. More specifically, this is here because it's not just an Adventures Mario. Wait, what? They kept the bags. No. Who does that? Are they a psychopath? They kept the bags. Anyway, moving on. Right, this looks pretty promising. Okay. We have our startup guide. We have all the bags, which is weird. We have this. This wasn't on the pictures. A piranha plant. Cool. We've got a lot of our large pieces. We've got Bowser, good. We've got Mario. He feels heavy. Is there batteries in him? Oh yes. Okay, they just shipped him with batteries. He works. That's good. That was my biggest worry, is that the Mario wouldn't work, because I can sell him for a good amount of money because I already have one. We've got our gold pole and our flag point. We've got our Goomba. I was really hoping that they'd be intact. We've got Fuzzy, which is part of the why I wanted the order. I'm not selling him on. We've got the base for a Peeper. What's in here? This is the Mario box, which they kept. Oh, all the spare pieces. Okay, that makes sense. So good. I'll be able to sell the rest of the set with spare pieces. So because I already have one of these, my plan is to sell off all the starter course elements while I've attached the cloud. So I keep getting distracted by things I see in this order. Looks like we've got most of the elements. From what I'm seeing, it looks like a fairly good seller. That looks like they've got everything. Got a Buzzy Beetle, and that's for my collection. Don't worry, I will break all this down and wash it, because it's incredibly dusty, and then I'll go through with what I'm keeping properly. But we've got a couple of elements and character packs for me, and then the rest I'm planning to sell on. It looks great. It looks intact. And because I don't need a second starter course, because as nice as the Mario course building system is, I really don't need multiples of them. So that's 4 character packs for me, and another 4 eBay listings as well. I still can't get over why they kept the bags. That's just ridiculous. Why? But this piranha pond's pretty cool as well. It's nice of them to include that. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. Right, but let's clean this all up. Okay, so this 9th segment of the haul is
So
all
after
cleaned
all
up,
of
and
that,
you can
here
see
is
it
what
all
came
laid
out
out
of
over
that
here.
box. So we have a one complete
moving
and now
simply
clean
through it,
starter
all
course.
the
Everything was a
starter
bit
course
dusty,
stuff
but you can
is
see
intact,
complete
complete.
Bowser
We've got all the spare
Jr.
parts, all the
and all
characters,
that.
all the
So as I
plates.
mentioned, I'm
Checked,
going to be
inventoried, they all
selling the
work.
starter
We've got
course.
a
I'm
working
going to
Lego Mario, who
sell
I'm
Mr.
actually going to
Mario
list
here,
on
who
eBay
works and is updated to
separately.
Wave 1
But that's besides the point.
just
He's
on his
working,
own, so just
intact,
going to
and as a
sell that as
box.
a lump.
We've also
I'm
got a
also going
Bob-omb
to
character
sell
pack,
the
which you
Wave
guys know
1
we already have, and an
Bob-omb
Urchin
and
character pack, which
Urchin, just to
you
make a
guys
bit
I
of the
also
money
have,
back,
and I'll be
because
selling
I
those
have
on
those
eBay
two.
as well.
But
But
the
that's
whole
not the
point of this
really
really, and
interesting
also
stuff.
not only to make
They've all
a
been
little bit of
dusted.
money back,
This
is
is the
because of these
interesting
guys.
stuff,
So
at
obviously I
least
didn't
for
get
you
all of
guys.
these,
So this is
but
now
I've
my
just
character
added
pack
them to my
collection, shown
collection.
to
I
you
thought
guys
I'd show
because
this
you
off
haven't actually
on the
seen it
channel really
before.
briefly.
And there's a couple
So I've
additions.
added
So
the
Spiny,
Spiny,
Fuzzy, the Peeper, and the
Fuzzy,
Buzzy Beetle are my
Peeper
new
and
additions
Buzzy
for
Beetle
today.
to my
Those
character
are the 4
pack
character
slash
packs that
Mario
just came in this
character
order,
collection. I
and
have Bowser,
they
Womp,
are
and
complete
Mario
in
on
a
another
sense.
separate
They work
display.
perfect.
But this is all
I'm
the
really glad
ones
to
I've
have them, even
collected,
though
all the
they weren't
character packs.
initially
You've
ones
seen
I
a lot of
wanted.
these throughout the hauls. I'll be going a bit
But
crazy.
they're
Particularly
great.
like that
I
the
also do
fuzzy
love
can
this
be
fuzzy
knocked down.
feature.
I don't know why
Showing
more
that, I
character
really
packs don't
wish more
include that.
character
That's
packs
really,
came
really
with
cool.
that, just as used
But
on the
they're
hinge.
all on here on
And yeah,
my
I just love how they look
tiered
on this stand.
display,
You
which
can
I
see
really,
I've
really
become
love. But
incredibly addicted.
I thought I'd show
Not all
you
of them
that
are
they're all
character
complete
packs
and
like
ended up
Bowser
in one
Jr. Of
place.
course is
And then also I've got my
from
bits
the
ready
starter
to
course,
sell along
but
with the
I'm really
Bugatti from
pleased.
earlier in the
So
haul.
we're getting on
So
to selling
until
those,
my
and
next
I'll see you in the
purchase.
next haul segment.
So remember a couple of segments ago when I said this haul is probably almost coming to an end, and that I'm done with Character Pack Series 3. It's only been 2 weeks. I really can't remember how I ended up getting this guy. It was just sort of a random luck of the pack. I mean, it's sort of a miracle that out of the 50-50 chance I have that I didn't get a duplicate. But I think he looks nice. I like the little print at the top. Already have a bomb, but not a power bomb, obviously. So they are slightly different. If I grab my Series 1 bomb, you can see that they're not the same. You've got the difference of the parachute, and I do love this new deserty backdrop as well. Particularly this cactus build. I've been trying to get a hold of these for for a long time, which means that when I finally do end up with Desert Pokey at some point in the next 2 years, I'll have some stuff to expand with it. And he just looks cute. He's another character pack. They're all pretty much perfect. They've become my new addiction. And that is all I really have to say about this guy. However, we are definitely now coming towards the end of the haul. We are still about halfway through November, and next weekend is Black Friday weekend, and that is my final segment for this haul. I'm going to finish with the Colosseum. So maybe that's next. I don't know anymore. And for my well, almost final haul of the day, I just couldn't help myself. Literally, didn't I say I wasn't going to get any more? But after that second eBay haul with all of the Buzzy Beetle and the Spiny, I thought, why not? Let's get the third of the, what would you even call these, almost Toy character packs. I like the colour scheme. I like the dry characters. I have the dry bones from the Bowser's castle, and they look particularly nice next to each other. Really like those. But overall, do I regret it? No. Do I think it's funny that I literally just ordered the Colosseum and we've still gone out and bought another tiny little thing. But this is it. This is my last one before Christmas. I'm done. So the Black Friday order is on the way. And let's finish up this haul with that. Right, and to end off the haul, we're just going to do this last segment, which is my Black Friday order. I'm really, really excited about this one. Obviously, this is not enough to reach the promo, but we've got all this fun stuff. One of Bandmate Series 2, I'll open that in just a minute. There's a lovely, lovely promo that I really, really like. Really nice to have that one. And actually, kind of excitingly, this, which is in some lovely packaging. I do love myself some packaging like this. This metal sign. Do love that. That looks great. Okay, and obviously to actually reach the threshold, I brought the Colosseum. So I'm not getting it out just yet because I'm keeping this for Christmas. But look, oh, it's so big, so big. Super, super excited. Anyway, let's open this Bandmates on the floor here. How am I gonna do this? Ah, there's a tape seal. You know what? I'll take this. Not my favorite from this series, but for a random luck of the draw, my only one I'm gonna get. You know, it's not too bad. It's the Aztec guy. Let me just open this. So ideally, we would have wanted the Soul Dragon. I would have taken the Jukebox Beat Head guy, the Slime guy, but you know, he was in my 6 of I can use him, so I'll take that as a win. Overall, nice end to the haul, but obviously, most excitingly, it's got to be this guy. Oh, so excited about this.